Morning everybody, 23rd of August, and another day in my daily diary of looking after my wife who has Parkinson's and dementia. Right, yesterday was Friday. It started off a bit funny because the carer turned up early yesterday morning. She turned up at just gone 9:30, 25 to 10. I was still sat out here. I'd just done my video. Next thing, she stood at the back door. She'd let herself in with the key on because she tried the bell, no answer, and they have a key safe on the wall, so she'd let herself in. Next thing, she stood at the back door waving at me, so I weren't quite ready for her. So anyway, so we goes in and gets Angie up, because she's trying to get, Angie was still dead to the world. So I just got the breakfast ready, and so it was like bit of a sort of, not rush, but I don't know how to explain. So, but Angie she still wouldn't open her eyes. She was still half asleep. Anyway, so Val got her ready and washed and dressed, and helped me get her in the dining room, and off she went. But that was, like come 10 o'clock, and Angie was sat there, just gone 10. She was sat at the dining table then, and I had to feed her, because that was it. Eyes were shut and head was to one side as though she was still asleep. And I think it just had a knock-on effect all day. I know it was only probably half an hour early, but I might be wrong. She might be having one of them days anyway. Because once she'd ate the breakfast, she ate it all. It took me over half an hour to feed her with it. The usual, porridge and mixed chopped up fruit and whatever. I didn't blend it yesterday. I didn't put any grapes in. I didn't blend it, but I chopped the pieces up even smaller. And then she was sat at the table, and she was just, her head kept me going like that. So I gave her do you want to go and sit on the settee and have a nod? No. So I put a cushion on the table and put her head to one side on it like that, and she actually fell asleep like that. So I did a few jobs and got a bit more washing out and checked a few emails and stuff, and then did what I did. And then what did we do? They tried to 12 o'clock. Again, sort of, Angie, come on, take your tablets. So I'll give her a 12 o'clock tablets, but she was struggling to get them in this time at 12 o'clock. And Angie, come on, open your mouth, because she's doing that a lot now, clenching her teeth, and even with her lips like that. She's doing it quite a lot. I'm trying to give her water and drinks and stuff. So I eventually got them in, and she took them, and then we went out in the afternoon met Angie's sister, as we usually do on a Friday, and then we went looking at that bungalow later, and it's a proper contender. I'm going to put an offer in over the weekend. It just needs recarpeting and some new interior doors. It's a bit old-fashioned doors. The place isn't old-fashioned, just the doors seem just to be a bit old. So I'm thinking new interior doors and recarpeting all the way through, and it's good to go. The garden's not as big. It's on the smallish side. That's what I like about this place. It's got a real nice big garden. But that's okay. There can be a lot done with it. It's just basics, a bit of lawn, and then just a load of old style flagging. But I can do a lot with that, but obviously that'll be further down the line. And it's south-facing, so that's a good point. It's got a conservatory on it. So yeah, it's plus, for me. 2 big bedrooms upstairs, and a big bedroom downstairs, as well as a nice kitchen. It's not massive. The one we've got now is more galley shaped. It's long, and that one's more square. But there's probably more units in that one than I've got here. So yeah, it was. I was highly pleased with it, and lovely little cul-de-sac. There's 10 bungalows in it. So yeah, that was good. And I'd phoned round while Angie was asleep during the day. I'd phoned round some of the respite places on the list I've got. The one I was hoping for, called Autumn Leaves, what's been recommended by a few. They said they're not taking respite in at the moment, because I think it's only a small place, so they're probably full. but I was getting that response. I started ringing. I was checking online, checking the CQC or something, reports on them all. There's some of them, and you think, wow, how are you still surviving? Some of the reports like bad, poor, and all that, and you think, why are people still in them places? But so I avoided any that didn't have a good take on them online, and just started ringing round, and most of them were saying either no, we don't do respite, or sorry, we can't take them at the moment. So I am waiting for a few emails and phone calls back off. I think it's 3. I started off with the ones sort of very local, and I've had to move out slightly. No, it's still only like 10, 15 minutes drive from here. So I'm waiting for some replies on that. The one that looked nice online, that's not far from here, Bisbee. I got a message off Karen, Angie's care workers at the hotel this morning, asking how I'd gone on, and she said she doesn't think that one's very good. So we'll see. I'm going to send her a list over in a bit of all the ones that's available, all the ones on the list in the area, shall I say, and see what she says, comes back with. Obviously she's in a better position than I am. If she doesn't know them, she can probably ask about them, that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's a plus. And then we went back to Angie's sister's after we'd been to bungalow, had a cup of tea. But again, she wasn't quite right, Angie. She was sort of away, and she's head were back, and just making it like in a world of her own, really. Sometimes she'd repeat something that one of us had said, so her hearing's still there, and she's still, even though she might look like she's asleep or she's away, away somewhere else, you realise that no, she can still hear what's being said. So it's no, I don't like people start talking to me about her, she this and she that, and I need to start saying to people, no, hang on, she's here, don't talk as though she's not here. That's not having a go at anybody in particular, but it does happen. So yeah, and then we just had a chippy tea on the way home. I just got Angie some fish and gravy, mashed it all up real good, and fed it to her. Again, I had to feed it all to her. Got her washed and changed. She started I want to go to the toilet a couple of times during the day, so when I was getting her washed and changed after tea, I made her sort of agree to a pact that you can go if you go to the toilet now, if you ask to go to the toilet in a bit and I take you and you don't have a wee or anything, then sorry, then you mustn't ask again. So we both give it the thumbs up, and actually she stuck to it actually. But one thing, she wasn't quite as restless during the night. Not quite, it doesn't mean to say she wasn't restless, that sundowning kicked in, but she wasn't as bad as the night before, until it got to about 10 o'clock. And then it really kicked in, really. She'd sort of a bit restless prior to that, but then come 10 o'clock, she went from like a scale of 4 up to 10. And twizzling were going, legs were going, and she's leaning one way, leaning another. I tried putting her legs, lie her down and put her legs on across my legs. No, and she's like dead stiff while she's doing it. So I said, right, Angie, come on, let's get you to bed. And that was no at first, no. And then 11, 11:15. Managed to get her in bed. I just went back in the front room and finished my nightly tipple. So I wasn't that long after when I got in bed. She was still making noises. I thought like a couple of nights I've been able to cope with that because she's not moving and wrestling with the bed. So I got in bed, it was before 12 I think when I got in bed. But then the noises were keeping me awake. And then it was a right thud, and she'd got out of bed. She's got out of bed and I think she must have stood up because she didn't land on the crash mat. The chest of drawers. She fell into the chest of drawers, and I think as she's gone down, she's pulled the front off one of the drawers on the chest of drawers. Well, they're not that old. You know, they're not an old set. They knew when we moved in here. I put them all together. So I'll have to. Luckily, they just come out of the dowling. I'll get some glue and re-glue it after on the drawers. But I don't. I shot out of bed. Light were on. What are you doing? What are you doing? The lamp had gone over. So I'm really going to have to move everything around from that side. Gets her in bed. She were all right. She didn't need changing. You know, her t-shirt was still dry. Got her back in bed. That was, what time would that be? It's two something on the clock. It was something past 2. And the same thing again at 4:30, 4:35 exactly on the clock it was. Bang, shot off Rambo. She'd fell over and fell onto the mat this time, but she'd got her arm caught, you know, on the bottom of the bed, where I hang the remote thing to up and lower it, and she'd got her arm caught in there. I thought if she'd have rolled and gone further over, then she'd have broke her arm. I don't know, it's worrying. It's worrying. I'm going to have to give it a good looking at today, and and even though they keep saying no, we don't want to put a bed rail up, you know, because people with that dementia, they tend to climb over the rail and out. Well, at the moment she's climbing out without the rail, so I'm going to get one. I'm just going to get a rail because the tracking's there at the bed. So I'm going to go online after and find one. Just order one and fit it. And if I can't find one, I'll make something myself. You know, I'm capable of doing that. Because I don't want all this falling again. You know, at least she wasn't falling out of the other bed. The bed's really is for my benefit, to make it easier for me to get in and out, and in and out, shall I say. You know, which it is helping. It is helping me, but I don't want to be to the detriment of Angie's falling. And touch wood, you know, doing some that she doesn't do any damage, you know, breaking anything. On herself, I mean. I don't mean the drawers and lamps and stuff. They can all be fixed and replaced. I've already reordered a new washing basket that's gone. You know, that's all squashed with her. I don't know. It's good job I can laugh. So it's Saturday. The weather's not so good today, but I'm not planning on doing anything today. I'm hoping she's going to stay in bed. You know, quite a lot of the day today. I'm hoping just to give her the batteries a charge, because our lad's supposed to be coming over tomorrow with his missus. So we'll see. I mean, if she gets up, I don't know whether we'll go out, because I just want to get some stuff done around the house. It's, you know, even my garden's took a back seat. There's loads of plants. They all want deadheading, and just wants a good tidy up. It's looking a bit of a tip, and I like my garden. You know, it's my therapy. But anyway, I'll try. Hopefully, I might get something done today. Right, okay. So I'm going to get off. I'll do another one tomorrow. I'll not go the same as you know, you press your like button and follow and but do it anyway. You know, I'll not go through it all. Yeah, and like I said, if you are a carer, then just stay strong. Bite your lip at times, and if you're being cared for, give your carer a bit of slack at times. If you're able, that is. And I'll do another one tomorrow. So as per usual, you take care now. Bye.